Hello, buddies. Shotgun to 1000 and pulling for duty. Welcome me back to more Pokemon. Let's go, Eevee. My Pokemon that I wanted to catch has arrived. It's Farfetch. Remember that trainer that I told you about in Fuchsia City, where I said he was a trainer of interest, who's standing next to the gate leading to the Pokemon Road? That's also standing next to an item board that we picked up. Yeah, he was a trainer of interest because he had 3 Farfetch on his team. And believe me when I say this, you might judge me for doing this, but Farfetch is the 6th and final member of my team. I am not joking. I actually think Farfetch is a really, really good Pokemon in his own way, but it can be a bit underrated, is in my honest opinion. He's not known to be a good Pokemon in Gen 1, but later on in the game it does become a little bit more better based on the fact that you're allowing him to hold a certain item, and that certain item is known to be the stick, because it raises Farfetch's attack stat. I actually did use a Farfetch one time, and it was actually a really, really good Pokemon. Because Farfetch is a normal flying type, impish nature, proud of his powder, is 30 IV in physical attack, so that's actually really good. And impish, in case you're wondering, is plus physical defense minus special attack. He's got the moves Air Slash, Air Slash, Slash, Agility, and Swords Dance at the moment. So obviously reorder moves. We'll put Slash on the top, Air Slash over there, Swords Dance over there, and Agility at the very bottom. But of course, we're not actually going to be keeping Air Slash straight away, because we know Farfetch is a physical attacker by a landslide. She can learn U-turn, which is actually a really good move to teach her, because, like what I say, Farfetch is an underrated Pokemon. It's sort of balanced in speed. It's good in the physical attack stat, but it's not so good in the defenses. It's sort of like Scyther. So that's why I'm wanting to use a Farfetch in my team. And I'm wanting to teach him U-turn and fly. I'm going to be keeping Swords Dance in her moveset because that sharply raises the user's physical attack stat to bring a lot of damage. You can even learn Facade, but I don't really want that. And even Headbutt, but again, I don't want to learn that. So, yeah. That is now my fully complete team. Scyther, Bug Flying type. Gyarados, Water Flying type. Charizard, Fire Flying type. And Farfetch, Normal Flying type. Yes, they all share a weakness of Rock and Electric. But it's a risk I'm willing to take. I am willing to take the risk of using 4 flying type Pokemon who all share the same weakness in my team. Now, obviously this episode we are going to be exploring through Route 12. And there are a lot of trainers I actually still not yet battled. We are going to be trying our best to avoid them as best as we can, but I can't promise anything. I know, I could just be focused on well, hang on. There we go. Yeah, I was just like loading something up real quick. I'll try and see if I can find it. Okay, we got it sorted. But yeah, we can actually leave to go to Saffron City right now if we wanted to. And like I say, I could do that. But then we'll miss out on the item balls that we're going to be picking up on Route 12. Plus, you do actually want to go through Route 12. Because there's something of an interest for you that you can get once you've explored it. No, we do not need to use the lure anymore. Right, a couple of Phenomoths. We're going to ignore them. In fact, while I was actually waiting for that Farfetch to show up, a new Pokemon actually did show up in the wild that we could have actually caught, but I chose not to do it because there was absolutely no point in me even doing it. It was the evolved form of Krabby, known to be Kingler. And Kingler is, I believe, to be an underrated Pokemon as well. Because he can hit very hard. It's not known to be the fastest Pokemon in the world, but I think he's actually really good in physical defense, but not so much in special defense. I think that is to be the case. I will have a look. While for Scyther, you can use Wing Attack. You see just how much damage Scyther can deal out. That's why I see Scyther as such a good Pokemon. Right then, yes, I was right. Kingler's not one of the fastest Pokemon in the world, but he hits very hard physically, and he takes a lot of physical attacks really good. So yeah, if you want to use a physical wall, Kingler could be the one for you, but it's not going to be the one for me, because for starters, I already have a water type. And yes, I do have 4 flying types, but where's the fun in playing a Pokemon game if you make it look so easy? And I see Lizard is wanting to learn Slash. I mean, it's a very good move. It has a high critical hit ratio. But do I really want to teach Slash to Charizard, knowing the fact that Scyther, I believe, has it, and so does Farfetch? Yeah, I think I'll go for it. I mean, I do have the TM for Headbutt. I could teach it to Charizard again whenever I want to. So, yeah. And then we'll talk to this guy and just see what Pokemon he's got. Sandshrew by the pier. Very smart idea there, really. In fact, if you want some advice, mate, don't even bother using dig, because your Sandshrew will dig through the floorboards into the water. Trust me on this. Nice, critical hit. And in case you're wondering, yeah, Slash has a high critical hit ratio, but it doesn't mean it's a definite critical hit. See? And even Sandshrews got Slash in his moveset. But I'm happy that I'm able to use Scyther in a battle now. I really am happy about that. And yeah, in case you're wondering with Farfetch, Farfetch is known to be the wild duck Pokemon. And I think I have a good-ish nickname for Farfetch. You might question me for calling him this, but we never know unless we try it out. Okay, we'll use U-turn now. Oh, yeah, my accuracy was lowered. Alright, Scyther, we need to hit with this U-turn, please. Thank you. Another critical hit. That is exactly what I want to see. Well, do you know what? Yeah, sure. Let's bring out Farfetch in his debut battle. Alright, Farfetch. I'd like you to start off with a swords dance. And then I'll heal you up. And then we can leash Armageddon. There we go. You messed something up, alright. Right then, so that coach trainer there, I think, was actually the one I thought gives you 5 Eevee candy, I think. So we got a Pointless Awakening there. Wait for him to turn round. And again. Thank you. That item ball I don't think is an interest. I think it's like one of those PP up things. But all I know is, if you go inside here, talk to this guy. Who in the world am I? It's no use. I can't remember anything. Do you think you could tell me who I might be? Now you got the option of saying, I don't know, Move Deleter, or Mr. Dazzling. In my honest opinion with this, when I did this for the very first time, I would have said Move Deleter, but then I thought, Move Deleter is completely pointless because there's no HMs in the game. So I went for Mr. Dazzling, and when I did, this is what happens. I'm Mr. Dazzling? That has such a wonderful ring to it. Mr. Dazzling. You must be right, I'm Mr. Dazzling. Well, you helped me remember, so here. Yeah. I was actually messing around with this man, calling him Mr. Dazzling for no reason, and then he gave me the TM for Dazzling Gleam. I was like, wait, what? Wait, was I actually meant to call him that? And then I realized, oh yeah, I was. But Dazzling Gleam is honestly a really, really good move. It's our first Fairy type TM which nobody can learn. Why does that keep getting so many good teams that nobody can learn? Honestly. I think if we talk to him again. TM32 is for Dazzling Gleam. It's a Fairy type move. Something that's hard to find in Kanto. Well, that's true. I mean, Fairy types never existed until the Kalos region. Right. Now you noticed over there is another Snorlax. And when we talk to him, of course, we'll have to battle him and then catch him. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do Sea Skim, so I can avoid that Ace Trainer and grab this item ball, which is 3 Ultra Balls. And then we got a Fisherman over there who's not exactly guarding this. Repel. No wonder why he's not guarding it, because it's not really a good item. I mean, it is good in the Gen 1 somewhat Pokemon games, but not in this game. Over here on this island, you get the TM for X-Scissor. This was actually the move I was originally wanting to teach Scyther, because it is such a good move. It is 80 power, 100 accuracy, that can hit pretty hard. I want to get rid of Slash for this. There we go. It's understandable that Farfetch can't learn X-Scissor because you need to attack with 2 blades going in an X formation. So, yeah. Right, we're gonna try catching that Snorlax now. And by the way, you can actually encounter water-type Pokemon while surfing on this water. And there is actually a Pokemon that you will be able to find if you surf here long enough. You will be encountering a lot of Magikarps, just bear that in mind. Let's see. Oh, here we go, here's one. Horsey. The Seahorse Pokemon is honestly a pretty average Pokemon. It can be good-ish, but other moments is kind of not. But don't question the fact that it's a terrible Pokemon, because it can still have its uses. It really can. But there is actually another Pokemon that we can technically get. And speaking of catching that Horsey, it just reminded me to move Farfetch up to the top here. So that way we have my whole entire party team right up there. No, Magikarp, we are not looking for you. Yeah, believe me, you'll encounter Magikarps like crazy in the surfing routes. There's another Horsey. You actually can tell they are pretty hard to find swimming around. Here we go, there he is. Tentacle. Honestly, Tentacle is actually a really, really good Pokemon, who can oftentimes be very annoying when you're playing certain games when you're surfing, because the whole plot twist with these sea Pokemon, Magikarp is the most common Pokemon to be found in the wild when you're fishing, but Tentacle is the most common Pokemon to be found in the wild while surfing. Believe me. And yeah, Tentacle evolves into a Tentacruel, and Horsey evolves into a Pokemon known as Seadra. And there is actually more areas we can actually explore now that we actually received the Sea Skim a few episodes ago. If we look on the town map, you notice that there's an area over here known as the Power Plant we've actually not yet explored before. All you have to do is go to Route 10 and you'll see that there's a water rapid over there where we met Lorelei surfing on her Lapras. To get to the power plants, you need to ride on that water rapid. And there are actually 2 Pokemon you can find over there that you can't find anywhere else. And we actually caught one of them in the Go Park Safari, in the Go Park complex, which is Dratini. You can find a wild Dratini in the surfing route of Route 10, but they are incredibly rare. But what's even more rare is you can find yourself a wild Dragonair over there, the evolved form of Dratini. So anyway, we're going to be ending this off by battling this Snorlax, okay? Okay, Snorlax woke up, mistook us for food, and attacked. And raises attack this time. Right. I know we forgot to heal up Scyther, but I believe in Scyther. And that's why. Because sometimes wild Pokemon can be pretty silly. Sometimes, not all the time. Okay, apparently he wants the pair of us to fall asleep. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I actually did want to stay fast asleep for the majority of the day today. Because I was planning on waking up around 9:30 in the morning or somewhat. But my dad decided to open my bedroom door while I was asleep and then disturb me to say he's off out somewhere and that my mum went to visit my aunt and said that he had no idea how long he was going to be and actually disturbed me from my sleep. I couldn't get back to sleep because of him doing that. And do you know what's even more stupid about my dad? He moans at me when I disturb him in his sleep, but he finds it acceptable when he does it to me. Yeah, believe it. That's actually something I would like to ask you guys. Do you find it annoying when a member of your family hates it when you disturb them in their sleep, but finds it acceptable to disturb you in your sleep? Because in all honesty, I believe many people would often feel that way. Oh, critical hit. Nice. But anyway, I say it's going to be reaching a close to this episode. So next time on Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, we will be making our way to Saffron City. I will be battling all these trainers off camera, okay? See you guys then.